Oh, well, this kind of sucks. What are you doing, Nicola?
Filling out some form to leave the country.
It's filling out some form to enter the country. Yes, it's finally time to leave Spain.
Hang on, I don't know what to do here.
And also apologies, every time I seem to get the camera right, someone decides to turn on a leaf blower or a hacksaw or something.
They haven't even done a form field that you can tick on that you can tick.
I know. It's pointless. It's completely pointless. The whole thing's pointless. Yes.
Done in where? It says done in. Done in what? On today's date?
Done in
Anger?
Done in anger. Yeah, basically you've got to declare that you haven't been in contact with zombies. Not knowingly anyway. So yeah, we left you guys at the spider pig fossil footprints, and our plan was to cross the border, but we thought, oh, just one more night in Spain, and that's exactly what we did. So we came to a little Ur, which is actually only 10k away from the border, and beautiful mountain village, absolutely gorgeous, lovely little sort of streets and just a really nice vibe, but it's fantastic in the winter. So yeah, we're crossing the border today. It's Thursday, and we need to get to the Eurostar by Wednesday of next week, so plenty of time. But we are only going to cross the border by about, 40 miles or so. Nicola has had a very stressful morning with work, and we've decided there seems to be very cheap campsites, at least just across the border. So we're going to go and check into a campsite tonight, and that gives us plenty of power. Fortunately, it's been very overcast, and while we are getting a little bit of solar in, probably not enough for Nicola to be able to do her work. And then we'll stay at the campsite tonight. Depending on how the work situation goes, we might stay again tomorrow night. And then the plan would be a big few days of driving on Saturday and Sunday to really break the back up. We've got about 15 hours of driving to do. So if we can get sort of 8-9 hours driving done over the weekend, then that really does put us in a more relaxing position. Obviously we have to fill out this form. We also have to show our COVID passports. Hopefully the Northern Ireland ones are accepted, otherwise we'll have to stay in Spain. Oh. And then obviously we also have to book ourselves an antigen test at least 3 days before departure, so that'll be probably Monday or Tuesday. And when we come to book the Eurostar, we also have to have already booked a day 2 PCR test back in Cambridge. One gone are the days where you just said, shall we just jump on the Eurostar and go home? So it just sucks. Northern Spain has been fantastic. We'll obviously talk lots more about it in an upcoming summary vlog or vlogs. But for now, what we'll do is we'll finish off filling out the form, get the van ready, hopefully cross the border without too many issues, and head to the campsite, and I'm sure we'll catch up there. Or we'll just turn the wheels and head south, follow the sun. Here we go, guys. We're about 10k, as I say, away from the French border. I hope they don't ask if we're transporting any live animals, because we are taking some Spanish flags across the border by the looks of things. So yeah, we'll catch up probably in about 5 minutes when we get close to the border. Fingers crossed, all good.
Would you like to tell everyone why you're so frustrated?
So I put the mic onto Nicola, I give her the iPhone, and I say, right, let's record our experience going through the border. It could be useful for some people. As it turns out, there was no one at the border. It was straight across. And literally, Nicola just put down the phone. Nicola's going to have to start driving.
In my defence, I thought you weren't allowed to video at the border, and so I thought I better put my phone down in case anybody says anything. I didn't know there wasn't going to be anyone there.
We can see there was no one there.
I couldn't because I was watching the video.
Well,
Anyway.
I don't know where you were recording them.
Anyway, have a look at the lovely views.
Well, welcome to France.
Welcome to France. No border checks if you go from Salent to Gallego. So there you go.
Work. Let's go out.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm coming. Oh, I'm trying to put my... You can tell I'm all afluster this morning. I'm trying to put my umbrella cover on the cat's head by mistake.
Poor cat. So as you saw yesterday from what footage Nicola captured while we were driving,
Which I've yet to give you.
we crossed the border and Nicola had some significant work to do, so we came across the border about half an hour, 40 minutes. That drive down from the top of the Pyrenees, top of the sort of that road from the border, a bit gnarly, and there was one motorhome coming along on the other side of the road. It was just like, what are you up to, mate?
The guy was crazy.
So we just pulled into a little campsite. Really good value, actually. It worked out about £9.
£10 something.
£10 something, yeah. She always has to correct.
Well, you've got to give correct facts. Otherwise, people will be disappointed.
But now we've got to put the rate of inflation in. Anyway, so we just pulled in here. You got loads of work done. It was a pretty gnarly night's weather, so we didn't do anything. So hence the reason for no updates.
We didn't even go and see if there was a little village or anything. We literally didn't have a chance to do anything.
Didn't have any milk. And then
No.
I went and got the bread this morning, and it's just lying in the back of the seat there because she didn't even give me a bag. Much more expensive in Spain as well. So, just a driving day today. Going to try to get about, instead of stopping sort of slowly up through sort of southern France, I think what we're going to try to do is these next 2 days do about 4 hours of driving per day and get up by Sunday into southern Brittany, and then maybe do 1 or 2 little sort of stop-offs between Brittany and Normandy. We obviously have to still plan our COVID test and all of that, and of course we did all of our health check forms and everything yesterday, and no bugger wanted to see them. Anyway, we're just about to, it's about 11 o'clock now, we're about to head off and hopefully get about 4 hours driving done today, but I'm sure we'll catch up at some point on the road. I'm hungry.
Keep fiddling now.
There's an offer I can't refuse. Well, that's the first hour and a half done of our 4 hour drive, and we just popped in. We need to pick up a few bits and pieces and supplies, but we would just get...
Because Nigel wouldn't let me buy anything. Oh.
No!
Nigel wouldn't let me buy anything at the supermarket yesterday. And now he's hungry, he wants to buy everything.
I wasn't not letting her buy stuff. I was just going, no, we don't need that, but that's because we'd had lunch. Now I'm starving and I want to go into the supermarché and buy everything, so I think that's what we're going to do. Hunger.
Yes!
Suitably refreshed, onward. Oh my goodness.
Well, I have to say, Nigel's driven for 7 hours and he's done amazingly. It's been tough conditions.
The traffic around Bordeaux was just, I'd seen it the last couple of days that it was going to be pretty bad, but it was, by the time we sort of had lunch, see, our stomach got us into trouble again. By the time it was just on the outskirts of Bordeaux, and then whenever we thought we were making it, there was an accident, and it was just, yeah.
And then we got to the air that Nigel had picked for us to stay at, and it was all fenced off with barriers, and we were like, no. And it looked like there's some event on, so I came running out the van with my very basic these days French, and they understood me, and we were allowed to park. Yes. We're so tired, and he must be even more tired.
So we're going to go and, no, there's something seems to be going on up here. We're going to go nose, but I reckon we won't be long out of the van. Right, let's go for dander. Oh, and no idea where we are, by the way.
We've got a number 9.
Number 9.
I wish this was like a Chinese takeaway or something. A cultural social centre. Got number 11.
Number 11.
Chateau.
Chateau.
Oh, that must be the castle then.
Maison.
Oh, that's a
Communication.
job centre.
Job centre. Could do with one of those.
To go, we're not far from the castle, so I think we should at least go and have a look. Let me put Chateau in my map.
Tournai Gauche.
We're going to find the Chateau.
Does it come with pommes frites?
No, and it's closed. But as we're here, we should at least go and have a look at something.
Why?
Because I like castles.
Closed castles?
Yeah, I don't mind any kind of castle really.
See the way she's soon, you know, she was all sympathetic. Oh, Nigel drove 7 hours. Nigel needs his rest. Nigel needs some pampering. Castle, come on, let's go. See, this is her goat mentality. She has to get to the top of things. She has to visit things, even though she knows it's closed in the whole 9 yards.
I just want to see it.
Something tells me it's not going to be a castle.
We'll probably drive past it on the way out tomorrow and I could have seen it then.
And it'll be open tomorrow. Gives me the smallest car ever. First up, we have a church. Ah, you didn't mention church on your whistle-stop tour
No,
of
I didn't, did I?
Plandeville. And the main thing we've noticed right away is in Spain, everything would be opening up right about now.
And everything's shut here. It's really weird. It's more on English time, I think. What have you seen? No, walk away from the burger.
Burger, tacos, pasta box, frites. I just heard a wine bottle cork pop. We're going quite a way up here, Nicola.
I know.
What did you admit to me earlier?
It's a bit further than I realised.
Hang on, what did you just say?
It's now the tourist office.
So you've brought me to the tourist office.
Well, it's a castle. It was a castle.
Castle?
Oh, come on, look at it. You've got views. This is nice. And we got to see the town, which is quite a quaint little town, actually.
And we got to walk by the place that was doing burgers. Well, as castles go, Nicola.
Oh, hang on. Get my picture.
As castles go, I'm giving it a solid 3. And that's just because it's Friday.
It's not the best. It's really not the best. But, you have to go and see these things.
If I got left something in my will and opened up a letter, it was like, Dear Nigel, Uncle Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey
Mind
Bogart?
the big step.
I minded it. Has left your castle. I'd be like, get in. Guess it is now the tourist information point. So anyway, what do you think? I'm still giving it a solid 3 from a castle perspective. If you'd come up here and says, as I come up to see the tourist information building, I probably wouldn't have come. But then if I had been forced to come, I'd have went, oh, that's quite a nice tourist information building. But as a castle goes.
But they've got monuments here to the First and Second World War, and I think you have to come here and remember these places were occupied and how awful it must have been, and soak up the actual history of the place.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Not just what the building looks like.
I was promised the castle.
It's called a chateau. What more do you want? And to be fair, a lot of it has fallen down, so there's only bits of it left. So I'm sure it's much more impressive in this day.
See the way she tells me all these extra bits of information whenever I've already walked up to it? That's like saying, Nigel, I bought you a burger, open it up, and it's just a bap. Which, funny enough, my dad once asked at McDonald's for a burger, but with nothing on it, definitely nothing on it, didn't want anything on it, anything in it, and he got 2 baps. Denied. Well guys, we are finally heading back to the van. The whistle-stop tour of the castle, not really a castle, is over. Denied burgers.
But you have got really nice cake for dessert tonight.
That's true actually, yes. Most excited I've seen you in the whole trip actually. Oh, about bread again. So we're going to head back to the van, cook up and chill out because I am battered. And we've got another, hopefully, only about a 4.5 hour drive tomorrow.
But I've also got about 3 hours work, so...
To get into southern Brittany, so...
So we need to drive work.
Indeed. That's our plan. Ooh, that's our plan for Saturday. See you then.